Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. It's Palestine here. Welcome to my channel. I just wanted to cover some additional thoughts and feelings about the breakup of my relationship that I didn't cover in my video this morning. The main thing that I would like to point out is I was not married. My boyfriend and I were not married. When I met him, he was married to someone else, and she would not give him a divorce. And then I found out some things about another marriage that I cannot discuss because obviously I don't want anybody to get in any trouble, so I can't discuss this business about other marriage. But he was actually married to people when I first met him, and his wife wouldn't give him a divorce. So I knew that he was married when I met him, and I knew that he was separated when I met him. And then after a while, he went and divorced her himself, because when you are separated for longer than 5 years, then you can just divorce the person. So that's what he did, and he had to. She got everything from the divorce, and he got nothing. But we were together for 11 years, and in all that 11 years, my boyfriend never proposed to me. He never asked me to marry him. We were not married. And so basically, he's acting like he's so hard done by. But the thing is if he really cared that much about me, he would have married me, or he would have asked me to marry him, which he never did. He never proposed to me. He never asked me to marry him. And now he's just acting like this is such a big deal. But I think if I meant that much to him, he would have wanted to marry me. And I've always been a single person. I've always considered myself a single person. I've been married twice, and both of my ex-husbands are monsters. And I don't want to get in a situation like that again. That's the first point. And then the second point is I spoke to my sister, because like when my now ex-boyfriend told me he was leaving me because I made a video he didn't like, I phoned my sister and told my sister that he was leaving me. So basically he said we were going to have dinner together, and then he was going to pack his bags and leave. And I said, well, I'm not going to have dinner with you if you're leaving me. I mean, why did he think I would want to have dinner with him if he was leaving me? And my sister just agreed that I did the right thing, because all this bitching that he's been doing, it could have become violent. So she agrees with me that I did the right thing by saying that we should just be friends, because it could have become violent. He has had tantrums, and one time he threw my computer against the wall, and he's been told me F you on definitely one occasion, maybe more. And all these times I always ask him to come back. But now I'm just so traumatized over everything that has happened. I just said, well, I think we should just be friends. And then I also want to let you know that I spoke to my seat friend, and he wanted to know why my now ex-boyfriend made the video, because my seat friend saw the video, and I had to confess to my boyfriend. I'm sorry, I had to confess to my seat friend that I had confided to my now ex-boyfriend about what he said about wanting to marry me when his wife died. Well, I don't think I'm going to outlive his wife, and I think that he's going to get tired of me at some point with all my health problems. So I didn't take it seriously, and I just said I would have to think it over. I would have to think about it, because I'm definitely 16 years older than his wife. So as far as I can tell, his wife is going to outlive me. So I didn't take it seriously what he said. And so now my Sikh friend is upset that I confided to my now ex-boyfriend what he said. And then so basically what happened was my Sikh friend was working a lot of hours. He worked like 50 hours one week, and he was working a lot of split shifts, and he was really tired and cranky, and he was very in a bad mood and very badly behaved. And so because I had problems dealing with his behavior, I did actually confide to my now ex-boyfriend what he said to me. But I didn't take it seriously. I told my now ex-boyfriend that I never would do it. I never would marry him. I never would do it. And I even told my Sikh friend that I would have to think about it. And the reason why I would have to think about it is because I'm not going to outlive his wife. I don't know what he's thinking, but I'm not going to outlive his wife. And I was just being polite. So I said I would have to think about it. And so now my Sikh friend is upset because I told my now ex-boyfriend. And so what happened was, this was on Father's Day 2026. And my ex-boyfriend got really mad. And I said to him, I said, I'm really sorry I told you this. I said, he said it a long time ago. It happened a long time ago. I said, he doesn't understand what he's saying a lot of time. And then my ex-boyfriend got really mad. And I just told him, I said, I really regret telling you what he said. And then so the following day, he had the tantrum saying that he wants my Sikh friend out of our life. So I did actually own up to my Sikh friend and tell my Sikh friend that I confided to my now ex-boyfriend what he said to me. So now my Sikh friend isn't happy because, and I said to him, I said, well, you were in a really bad mood, and you were acting really badly, behaving really badly. And so I confided that to my ex-boyfriend. I said I didn't know he was going to completely overreact. I didn't know he was going to overreact. I'm not sure exactly why my ex-boyfriend overreacted, because basically my ex-boyfriend never wanted to marry me. One time, several years ago, I did actually talk to my ex-boyfriend about being married, about why he never proposed to me, why he never asked me to marry him. And he just said that he thought it was because I had 2 really bad marriages before. And so I think he didn't want to get married again because he had a really bad marriage too. But if you don't marry somebody, that means you don't want a commitment. So really, he didn't want a commitment to me. He's playing the victim, and he's saying he's really hard done by. But he didn't want a commitment to me, because if he wanted a commitment to me, he would have at least proposed to me, at least asked me to marry him, which he never did. So that means he didn't really want a commitment. And so now, my Sikh friend is upset because I told my boyfriend what he said. And my boyfriend's upset. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I've been by myself since last night. If I wanted company, I could have had it. But I've just been by myself since last night. And this is a really terrible situation for me to be in. And I just think that woman, there was this woman we both know, and she brought the Sikh guy to the coffee morning. And then she just kind of like washed her hands of him. And so basically, I don't know why she was going to bring him to the coffee morning if she wasn't going to support him. And so she was expecting other people to support him. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel really bad. I didn't want to give my Sikh friend up, but now he's upset because I told my now ex-boyfriend what he said. But obviously, I guess he expected me to keep that private, but because of his behavior, because he was in a really bad mood and he was behaving so badly, that I did actually confide to my now ex-boyfriend what he said to me. So obviously, I don't know what's going to happen in my future. Really, I don't. I don't feel very well, mentally or physically. And so I've got like a PIP assessment on Monday morning. And so that's going to be fun because I'm really good and depressed for that PIP assessment. And I guess I'm upset with that woman who brought this Sikh guy to the coffee morning. Because she brought him to the coffee morning, but then she failed to support him. And then so it landed on me to support him. And I always liked my ex-boyfriend more than I liked my Sikh friend. And I made it clear to my ex-boyfriend that I liked it more. I made it clear to him that he was the one that I wanted to spend my life with. But obviously, he didn't want to spend his life with me if he was going to leave me because I made a video that he didn't like. So now you know the whole story. Now you know everything. So I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't feel very well mentally. I would like to make more videos about what's happening with Foster Wheeler, about how I was treated by Foster Wheeler, because that's another horror story. But at the moment, I don't know if I feel well enough to do it. So, just watch the space and see what videos I make in the future. Bye.